back. So this is one that I didn't entirely even want to do a video for, but here we are because I am a self-proclaimed Alice in Wonderland fanatic, and this book does relate to Alice in Wonderland, so I figured it would be kind of silly and remiss of me to have read it and not to say anything about it. The book we are going to talk about, I Kissed Alice. So this is a YA contemporary novel. It's got some lesbian/bi feels to it. If you're into any of those sorts of things, I got it because I'd read the title that said I Kissed Alice, and also a lot of the like LGBT books that I found have like boy-boy relationships and not girl-girl, and I figured with a title like I Kissed Alice, it pretty much had to be a girl-girl one, so I wanted to actually read a girl-girl one. Unfortunately, even though this is what I was looking for in that sense, and it does have Alice in Wonderland themes, it was not my favorite. This one runs into the enemies to lovers trope, and it, for me, made it very painful to get through. I feel like I have enjoyed enemies to lovers stories before, but the way that this one did it, there was just like so much vitriol between the girls when they were really upset with each other that I was just like, I see you building towards this enemies to lovers thing. I can see their trajectory from like page 1, and it just didn't work for me. It took too long to get to them being nice to each other, and then there was some secret keeping at the end, even when they were starting to like each other. Couldn't do it. So, I mean, it did technically satisfy the things that I was looking for, but I didn't like how it did it. I did like the Alice in Wonderland references overall. The two main characters are unwittingly, while they're still enemies to each other, writing a fanfiction Alice in Wonderland comic together, which was, again, fun conceptually. But I don't know if she was trying to hide that or not, but like from page 1, I was like, oh, they're writing the comic together and they hate each other in real life. Where will this story go? And it just didn't work for me, like, at all. And I can't really express it other than that, like, the way that they were fighting really didn't work for me. I don't think the writing was bad or anything. I think part of it, too, at least for me reading it, I couldn't tell the characters apart super well a lot of the time. They are both, like, giving their perspectives, and it's written in the first person for both of them, but there were quite a few times in the book where I couldn't tell which character I was supposed to be paying attention to. All the chapters were headed with the character's name, but it didn't help. Especially if I'd put the book down for a little bit and was coming back to it, then I'd be like, which character is which? And sometimes it seemed like details of their lives, like jobs and things, got confused between the two. Or things were, like, omitted enough that it was unclear who was talking at the start of a thing, and it just didn't work for me on a lot of levels. Again, the story wasn't, like, awful. Conceptually, it could have worked. I did like the little snippets of the comic that it's got in it. There are some chapters that end with, like, a panel of it, which I kind of wish that had been the book, but, like, the panels are fun. I like the panels. I wish I was reading that Alice in Wonderland fanfic, though, and not this book. It just didn't work for me, and I'm just gonna keep saying that. I would be curious, I think, to read other books by her, because I do think she's got potential, and, like, again, conceptually it wasn't bad, it was just that it was an enemies to lovers trope, I think was the biggest thing that didn't work for me in this case. So, if you have any recommendations of enemies to lovers you think I might like more, or if you have any other Alice in Wonderland based stories that you want me to try out, I'd be happy to do that. But yeah, I don't think this is one that I will ever read again, so I'm glad it was just a library book too, because I would not have wanted to spend money on a book that I did not enjoy as much as I did not enjoy that one. Again, not that I, like, completely hated it, or found nothing in the experience, but there was enough that I didn't get along with that I'm glad I didn't buy it. So, here we are. But yeah, if you happen to have read this, and if you have similar thoughts or different thoughts that you want to share, feel free to share down below. I'd love to hear other people's thoughts on this, if the enemies to lovers in this worked for them or didn't work for them, if it ever works for them, etc. But yeah, I think that's all I've got for now. This is the Umlaut Harper signing out.